Recently, I have been watching two animes, Vampire Princess Miyu and S. Cryed. I've been watching Vampire Princess Miyu in Japanese with English subtitles because Anime America put it on their top 10 worst English dubs countdown. And needless to say, I've been and I've also been watching S. Cryed dubbed in English, and a lot of videos I watched talking about it on the internet spoke of its dub in a positive light. And lately there's been something I've been noticing about the English dubs of both animes. A lot of the voice actors in Vampire Princess Miyu's English dub were also in S. Cryed's. But how could those actors fall flat on their faces in one dub but excel in the other? I think it boils down to the ADR director. I mean, the ADR director for Vampire Princess Miyu practically encouraged the actors to phone in their performances, but I find it insulting to them that he would discourage them from putting in effort into their voices. And Dorothy Elias Fawn, in a 2018 interview, did state that Miyu was her least favorite role because the ADR director was practically a bully and was completely apathetic to his work. But S. Cryed had a much better ADR director, Kirk Thornton, in case you were wondering, who also voice acted Urizane and the next preview narrator. Overall, I find it baffling that the English dubs of each anime are like night and day from each other, despite sharing a lot of the same cast members. But honestly, which do you think sounds better? This?
Into the darkness, Shima!
Or this?
Your pitch is over!
And I would like to demonstrate the voice performances of most of the actors that were in both dubs and how they knocked it out of the park in Cryed and fell flat in Miyu. Enjoy.
I am still the guardian here. It is my duty to return Shinmas to the darkness, but you made me break a special promise, and I won't forget it!
What you're saying is horrendous! I'm going to release all this information to the public! Boundaries have to exist for what human beings can do to others!
If you insist on fighting, I will accept the challenge. However, if you upset Chisato, I will never ever forgive you.
You said Holy was established to create order in society, so how is it that they've achieved the exact opposite? I can't just close my eyes and ignore what's happening. I want to do something to help those people.
It appears to me you have a lot of confidence in yourself to initiate an attack, but you wouldn't be feeling so sure of yourself in my zone.
Now the entertainment district here is much more developed than on the mainland. That's because the Lost Ground is considered to be a very desirable vacation destination.
Reha doesn't understand what it's like to be burdened with destiny.
Yes.
I might have forgotten it a bit myself. Maybe I've been around humans far too long.
The operations unit of Holy is extremely dangerous, and possibly even more dangerous than that is the way Ryuho acts. He always volunteers to be alone and never accepts any help.
Care less about that. I'm here to send you away for good.
User?
I'm very aware of the fact that I'm not an alter user, but it is possible that there's still something I can do.
I can't think of anyone else but Reha. Who else would freeze a stray Shinma?
When Ryuho lived in the city, he fiercely wanted to be independent. And Kazuma has always lived free without depending on anyone. And I believe that's the reason they were able to gain so much alter power, their independent spirit.
Chisato is a Shinma?
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I suppose. Next time, why don't we go to an amusement park? Don't you think it would be fun to go?
I get it. Fight fire with fire.
Something like that.
If this guy really is an altar user, I can't guarantee what'll happen.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, it's not like Hideki's a total stranger or anything. I'll do it for 2,000. On to our next story. Yesterday before dawn, a homicide occurred on 4th Street in the Takara district. The victim has been associated with the Yakuza crime organization. This case is particularly disturbing because of the nature of the murder. Witnesses say that the victim's ear was purposely severed during the scuffle. We'll keep you updated as more information becomes available. And now with traffic and weather, back to you. Been a while since the last altar fight. I forgot just how good it feels. You see, I was born with this strange power. They tell me it's not good, but if it makes me feel like this inside, then there's just no way that altar power can be bad. Wouldn't you agree?
You're saying that you saw your mother with another man? That's completely ridiculous.
What do you mean perfect script? It was a lousy piece of writing. No twist in the plot. Annihilating second bullet!
Yes, Yuli. It's me, your father.
This is worse than Konami's lunches.
Konami?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. So what's the plan from here?
You're catching on. We planted part of the death crystal in you and sent you to the Guardian to lure her here. Your job is finished. We won't even need to kill you. Once the death crystal takes over your body, you will die. But I can show you mercy and kill you right now if you'd like.
I've always heard, well, that's life. Gee, that's bad luck. Oh, it's too much. Or, I'll do it tomorrow. I've listened to that kind of mealy-mouthed comments so many times. But I always knew that the people saying those things would never actually do anything about it anyway. So why want to make the point that I'm different? I'm definitely different.
Well, I'm sure you don't want us to know. That's fine, be that way. But you won't get ahead of us this time. I guarantee it.
He got injured at the site, so he's home in bed.
All my life I've been haunted by a horrible mistake. I should have been happy just having Kyoko in my film. But I had to have it all, so I married her and I've made her unhappy ever since that day. She is so bitter and angry, yet I can't forget how lovely she was, nor the horrible incident that occurred because I wanted to show her off. All those people consumed by the film.
The lost ground. Contrary to the bright big cities, this destroyed city is filled with raw passion. Sinking economy, non-existent government, thriving crimes. In this land, even Mimori Kiryu must put her feelings toward Ryuho aside, for the wound will not heal easily.
I have no idea why I came here, and I still can't figure out why it is that I hate the Guardian so much, so I'm going back to try to find some answers.
The first-degree criminal NB3228 dares to show up here? Hey, have you gone totally insane or something? Even a summer bug has more brains than to pull a stunt like this one.
Excuse me, Chisato. Tell me, would it be alright if I went with you?
I don't care about the kidnappers. What I'm interested in is any witnesses who saw the altar user.
I know, but there's just no way I can do this. Oh, I can't ever do anything right. You know that.
You've done good work. And if you come up with anything else, make sure you send it to Holy.
I don't want you to think that that was it. Face the facts. I've come back home to finally defeat you.
Second-degree criminal NP3228. Your resistance to Holy is unacceptable. I have orders from Commander Martin Jigmar to dispose of you immediately.
What do you say we keep this just between you and me, okay?
Okay.
That's a good girl.
It's a little early to celebrate just because we found our way to the underground mall. Now we need to locate an exit to the surface, huh? Hey, what are you doing over there?
I found something to eat.
I can't believe you're still hungry.
I have important business to take care of. But after that, I promise I'm not going anywhere. Why do you keep staring at my face?
Cammy, tell me, did I ever truly love you? Or did I truly want to be there?
Maybe the truth was that I wanted someone to tell me what the truth was.
Do what you have to do.
It was you, NP3228.
The darkness has not been cast away from this world. It is sleeping inside people.
This girl is suffering from a new kind of illness. Even if I could treat her, there's no medicine. Add to that the fact that my medical knowledge is more than 20 years old. There's very little I can do.
When each darkness breaks out of the shells into this world, the entire world forms a giant egg and becomes the true darkness.
So, I take it he hasn't returned yet.
No, and it's the third day.
What do you think the chances are he's really working this time?
I'd say about 50-50.
Why don't you come inside? I could put a pot of tea on.
He was eaten by the birds. Not even a single bone was left.
You people are totally incompetent. I thought Holy was supposed to protect me. And what happens? I get kidnapped right from under your nose!
That charm is a symbol of friendship. And you two girls will stay friends forever as long as you each own one.
Oh, by the way, I took the liberty of transferring your 48 standby members to the mainland already.
No, it's not that. I became scared. The time I was spending with you was getting too sweet, and my emotions were way out of control. But I finally realized that I am my real self when I am with you.
So, did you all watch the video? They're definitely the ones. Our friend Ryuho and his little pal Kazuma. It couldn't get any better. These guys are perfect. They're just the ones to open the door to the other side. When we gain this power, it will reverse the value of the lost ground. That's all for now.
Do you really want your friend to see you make such a face?
At this particular moment, I'm the one in charge of the lost ground.
I'll tell you what, I will if you will too.
But it doesn't matter, because playtime is over.
No, we don't have time to pay attention to humans. Haven't you already realized? We are birds. Our target is and always has been you. That girl was simply a lesson.
And once you've taught me this lesson, I'll absorb whatever altar power you have left in you.
A job well done. We only need to wait a little longer until you defeat your friend who is the real target.
Yes.
You pathetic little bureaucrats all make me sick. I will quench my thirst. You should not interfere with my actions. You will obey my orders. Kyoji Mujo's orders!
It's simple. My job was to keep you here while she destroys the Guardian.
And not through! Not by a long shot! You shall feel my wrath! I have now attained my goal! Everything I hungered for all those years has at last come together! I've now harnessed the full power of the other side! See what I can do!
Miyu, your father was a Shinma.
Shinma?
I am just an ordinary human. But I fell in love with your father, and then you were born. And now, you are destined to be a guardian.
Why?
There is no why. It's your destiny.
She's right! The people from the Ryu family will guarantee that she'll be protected. You've got to pay for making fun of our master like that. I could care less, as long as the two of you don't get in my way.
Oh,
really? Really?
It was one of Honorable Garlene's impulsive moments that brought us here. And I knew this would be a great opportunity to see you again.
Just look at you! How could he have done this? What kind of monster is this native altar anyway? And what do you think is going to happen to you if your wounds don't heal properly?
Cammy, take it easy. You're in a hospital, remember?
Oh, sorry.
Madam, you do not have to worry. As long as we are with her, I swear no harm will come to her.
Take a good look at that wall, Chief. I know you just transferred here, and you may not understand this yet, but it's there for a reason.
When I succeed, we both succeed. We are in this together.
So no complaining! You're gonna obey and serve us in any way we see fit. You got it!
So you are the Guardian. Welcome to the home of ignorant human beings.
What a marvelous compliment! Fine, if that's the way you want it, then I'll just have to play the villain. So if you want her to live, it's time you faced up to it and stopped resisting.
That's correct, my dear.
A friend of mine who lives in Africa recently sent it to me. Did Yuko put this crazy idea in your head? Even if it was worn by a witch doctor hundreds of years ago, there's no actual proof that it's evil. That's just superstition.
Doctor.
Because he has the ability and brains to do it. Anything else is unacceptable.
Scene composition, the dialogue, the direction, all just like my script! A perfect drama, not a word should be changed. Yes, I am the greatest playwright of all time. I am Unke. I am the god of the story! End of the first day!
See you ladies later. That's good. Gotta keep it safe. I have to tell you, I'm not threatened by that weak little fist of yours. We're here, miss. Is something the matter?
It's an old toy I picked up 15 years ago. Somehow I was able to find him just when I needed him most. He's the undefeatable hero who rescued me from the pinch. Ah! Now go! Ha! Super Pinch Crusher Powered Rifle!
So, after listening to all these clips, I'm sure that some anime fans will find it baffling that this same group of actors would do excellently in one dub but poorly in the other, but I already did say it's the ADR director's fault. That being said, most of the voice actors in Vampire Princess Miyu, in my opinion, deserve another chance at voice acting these characters, though as long as they get a better ADR director to work with. Now, this is definitely not the only example of great actors doing bad acting because they have a terrible director to work with. Remember Uwe Boll's Blood Rain movie? That had great actors in it. But they still did awfully because Uwe Boll directed it! And how about the Star Wars prequels for that matter? George Lucas handled the actors in those movies pretty poorly. But he still deserves to be cut some slack, considering what Disney's doing with Star Wars nowadays. But I digress. Now that you have had a demonstration of how these voice actors did great in Skryad but awfully in Miyu, I hope this encourages you to check out Skryad dubbed in English while avoiding Vampire Princess Miyu's dub like the plague and sticking with the subtitled version of that show. And a lot of these voice actors did excellently in other dubs as well. I mean, Dorothy Elias Fawn did excellently as Millie Strife in Trigun. Meryl Strife, my bad. Meryl Strife in Trigun. Steve Blum's performance as Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop was legendary. Kirk Thornton knocked it out of the park in as Brandon Heaton Gungrave. And let's see what else. And Dorothy and Laura Jill Miller, Richard Cansino, and Derek Stephen Prince gave us some of our favorite roles in Digimon. Crispin Freeman, who voice acted Straight Cougar in Skryad, was thankfully not in Vampire Princess Miyu's dub. But he was in the English dub of a certain other anime about vampires. Hint hint, that dub is good. Awesome even. And I feel a need to mention this. Tokyo Pop was a company that licensed and dubbed Vampire Princess Miyu. Of course, that company is known more for licensing and releasing manga than anime, and their dub of Vampire Princess Miyu was not the only one that they botched up. Heard a lot of people say that they did terribly with Initial D as well. In fact, arguably the only listenable dub that Tokyo Pop actually made was the one for Great Teacher Onizuka, because they made it so bad it was good. And oddly enough, one of the mangas that they licensed was the manga adaptation of S Cry Ed. As for S Cry Ed anime, that was licensed by Bandai, which is unfortunately also out of commission. But you can buy it on Blu-ray from Discotek and watch it on Crunchyroll if you have a subscription. Though I personally recommend buying the used DVDs on eBay instead. Much cheaper. Well, that's the end of my video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment or two.